Okay.
I'm just guessing.
Now, this particular day, the 5th, do you remember what time Pam left for work?
When I got home and seen Stevie wasn't there, she told me he was supposed to be home at 4:30. So from the time I got home, she was cooking supper, and I would walk out to the driveway and to see if I could see him coming down the road on his bicycle, because he's proud of his new bike, and I didn't see him. So we waited around, and she had to be at work by 5, and I would go in and out of the house to see if I could see him coming, because I had to take her to work. And you just don't want to leave the kids at home by themselves. No, we didn't. And he didn't show up.
Is there any particular reason you had to take Pam to work?
I don't know if there's a particular reason. I just did it. It's just the way we did things.
Okay. And
I'd take her to work, and I'd pick her up from work.
okay. So who all went when you took Pam to work? Who all went?
I drove, Pam went with me, and Amanda.
Okay. Let me back up for just a second. During this time period, 1993, up to, say, from the beginning of 93 up to the 5th of May, describe your marriage with Pam. How was your marriage? How would you describe it?
Could have been better. Pam had a problem of staying faithful. She really did, and that got me, but she had she was working at Poncho's one time down here, and we had pool parties every once in a while, and some of the people from Poncho's would come over, and one night I come in there after one of our pool parties. We didn't want the drunk people to drive, so we just let them, fall out, and wherever you laid is where you woke up at. Well, one night I get up, going through the house, looking at people, making sure everybody's okay, and Pam is standing there wrapped up in the arms of a Mexican. His name is Jesse, and he worked at Poncho's with Pam. Well, I whooped the dog out of Jesse. It probably wasn't right, but I did. But that happened, and so I'm not going to say we had the perfect marriage, but that did happen before all that happened. But we had a pretty good marriage, I thought. But Pam just did some things you shouldn't.
Well, do you remember what room they were in when you said
The kitchen.
In the kitchen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, any other problems that come to mind as far as your marriage at all during that time, prior to the 5th of May, obviously?
Not really, other than her family. When I met Pam in that restaurant, then she asked me to marry her. Her dad let me know right off the bat, you ain't gotta make her happy, you gotta make me happy. And I kind of thought, well, that's kind of odd. I'm not marrying you, I'm marrying a girl.
Mm-hmm.
But it was, that statement was made, and I don't know, nothing bad that I could think of had happened. Other than I'd seen the son-in-laws beat up from the dad and the brother. When the girls would call home crying to dad or mom, but my husband did this, I'd seen the brother and the dad go up there and beat them up. And I just thought, well, I don't want that to happen to me, so I tried to stay away from them.
Do you and Pam ever have any kind of physical confrontations at all during that part of your marriage? No? Okay.
Not that I can think of.
Yeah, as far as the children, as far as Stevie and Amanda, discipline. Who did either or both of you discipline the kids when they did wrong?
We would, sure.
Both of you?
Well, not the double team.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, did both of you, how did you discipline your children?
With a belt.
Okay.
Or make them stand in the corner or ground them, take something away that they like. This Stevie liked Nintendo games, so we would borrow him from the Nintendo or borrow him from riding his bicycle.
What about Pam? How did she discipline the kids?
When she would yell at them, or not yell, not mean yelling, but just being a mom that left it up to dad most of the time, but she would whoop them, on occasions.
So I guess from the two of you, who was the bigger disciplinarian? Dad. Okay. Okay. Was there anything in particular that you can remember that Stevie was, into? I understand it's an 8-year-old little boy, typical 8-year-old little boy. Is there anything he was really into at that time, as far as some stuff he really liked? And
Well, he liked watching Ninja Turtles on TV, and he would get out there and think he was Bruce Lee, doing his karate and backflips, and he liked the swimming pool. The house had a nice swimming pool in his backyard, and he enjoyed that. And he got into the Boy Scouts. He won that race that year with them little cars that they had to make.
Oh, the soapbox derby?
Yeah, he won that race that year.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Now, Stevie's friends, did he have any friends he was particularly close to or hung out with more?
I would say a little boy named George. I don't know his last name. At the time was George, and Michael and Chris. Yeah. And then we had some friends lived a couple of streets over, and we'd go over there. And of course, they had the girls a little bit older than Stevie was at the time, but he had a little crush on her, I think, or she might have had a crush on him.
What do you remember the name of those people?
Yeah, David and Bobby Kobe. David and Bobby
Jacoby.
Yeah.
What street did they live on?
From where we lived, you get on McCauley, 1 or 2 streets over. I don't know the name of the street. But we'd go right now. I got David a job with me one time. He ran out of work, so they put him to work over where I was working at the ice cream company, kind of help him out. And we played guitars together. And so, Pam knew him from Blytheville. That's how I met him.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I didn't really know him, but I met him through her. And when I got him the job where I worked at, they were kind of struggling. So I just tried to be nice and help out.
Where are you originally from?
Cave City, Arkansas.
Cave City.
Yeah. Poughkeepsie, Cave City.
What about Pam? Was she
From
originally
Blytheville.
from Blytheville?
In Steele, Missouri, up in there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did Stevie ever have any friends come over and spend the night, sleepovers, or anything like that?
He did. I'm just trying to think. Michael may have came. I'm not sure because it's been a while.
Sure, certainly.
Yeah. But it seemed like there was some kids come over. I can't remember. George might have. This little boy named George.
Do you ever remember Stevie going to spend the night at anybody else's house?
His grandparents a lot. Maybe his aunts and uncles on Pam's side of the family. I don't know about West Memphis though. I don't think so. It's possible, but I can't remember that one.
You remember when y'all moved to West Memphis?
86 or 87, sometime in there, when the tornado had come through here.
Mm-hmm. Did y'all move here before or after the tornado?
After.
Afterwards, okay.
Mm-hmm.